guys, it's Teacher Raph. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you. Hey, today I'm going to be driving down the Vegas Strip and I want to show you a few places. Some people have said that they want to bring their kids to Vegas. I don't necessarily recommend that, but hey, I can't say anything otherwise. I've been coming to Vegas since I was 6 years old. Of course, Circus back in the day was a lot more fun, I guess you could say. They do have a lot of arcade games and kind of like circus games and so forth, so it is a place for kids. But why don't we go to the M&M store and check it out? Have you ever been to the M&M store? Do you know where it's located? Can you see that? All right, let's go on the trip. As you can see, it's a pretty busy day. It's a Thursday. It's October, I believe, 29th today. 2 days before Halloween. Hey guys, we made it back to the Vegas Strip. And right behind me is the Excalibur. That's the one I recommend for kids if you're gonna bring your family, because it's kind of fun. You can do the dinner and show combination package where knights ride horseback and joust one another. It's kind of fun. The other hotels don't really cater to children, so I would definitely recommend the Excalibur. All right, so you're here in Vegas, you got your family. Here's another tip for you guys. Now just think about this for a second. You got your wallet, maybe you have some money or cash or credit cards, or maybe you're a lady, you've got some jewelry or whatever. Whatever you have, just be very cognizant and conscious of what you have on you, because if you're in an area that I'm in right now, as you can see, there's no one here, no problem, you got nothing to worry about. But when you're walking down there in those crowded areas, there are people all around you, and depending on how fast you're walking, if you're walking slow and taking in the sights because you've never been here before, it's natural to do that. But just in that case, make sure all of your belongings are zipped up or in a compartment that is not going to be vulnerable to pickpockets. Otherwise, if you walk faster, then if you have something that's just in your pocket could be vulnerable, pickpockets might not be able to get to you. Also, maybe promoters that you're not really hot about. I mean, some promoters are great, but some promoters might not be so hot. So you might want to avoid them by walking very fast so they can't talk to you, they can't get to you, you see what I mean? So that's just one of the tips that I'm going to impart on you guys, all right? Right behind me, as you can see, the Tropicana is having a few really great shows. They got Elton John, Prince, so I would definitely check that out. So if you're in this area, check out some of these free shows right behind me. I recommend not renting a huge SUV, renting like a compact car if you're gonna be driving around the city, not unless you're driving to the canyons or somewhere far. Then you don't want to rent a compact. You want to rent like a mid-size, because you're just going to have more room. It's going to be more comfortable. It's going to be safer. But if you're just hanging out on the Vegas Strip, get a compact. It's going to be much easier to find a parking spot, especially at Tropicana. You can squeeze in between cars a lot easier, and then that's going to save you some money. Okay, see what I mean by really tight parking spot? That's for compact cars. So you don't have a compact car, don't get in there. Tropicana also has a laugh factory, so you can bring your family there too, family friendly. So if you are bringing the family and you're staying at the Excalibur, which is right behind me here, I don't know if you can see from this angle, but actually there's a tram station that'll take you to the Mandalay Bay and Luxor, which are just down that way. So basically you got the Excalibur, then you got the Luxor over there where the Ferris is, and then you got the Mandalay Bay at the end. So if you like that, you can take a look. They have a lot of great pool parties out there as well. So there's Excalibur again, and next door is Luxor. Well, America's Got Talent is being filmed there live, so if that's what you want to see, then you can go to Luxor right across the street there and check it out. America's Got Talent, you know, singing Simon Cowell's brainchild. I don't know if he's even on that show anymore. I don't think so, right? I think it's like Ariana Grande and the cowboy guy. Gwen Stefani's husband, the cowboy guy, and oh yeah, John Legend, and I think Kelly Clarkson might be on there now. I don't really know. It's been a while. They've been very successful, those shows. That's why they have so many seasons now. So as you can see behind me, there's a walking bridge across from Excalibur to Tropicana. That's one of them. And then if you want to go across the street, there's another walking bridge right over here from Excalibur to New York, New York. And they have roller coasters and candy stores and ice cream shops inside New York, New York. So that's a good place for your family and kids and so forth as well. And then once you get to New York, New York, by the walking bridge across from Excalibur, you can take another walking bridge from New York, New York to MGM in order to see a David Copperfield magic show. That's a great thing for families as well. As you can see, live the impossible, David Copperfield. Once you take the walking bridge over to MGM from New York, New York, you can go see the Jabberwockies, which is kind of fun for kids as well. And then of course you have the locals. The locals are always full of color and flavor. As you can see, you just don't mess with the locals. They know the best places to go. They know the best places to eat, the best clubs, and the biggest thrills. As you can tell, this local here, he's doing a little walk of fame. The entrance to MGM, Paw Patrol. It's nice and kid friendly. There we go, your kids will love it. So now that you're with your family, I mean, you could rent a scooter if you wanted to. It's kind of fun. Or you could do an ATV tour. Oh, there we go, an ATV tour out in the desert. Right here at the official Las Vegas Visitor Center, they can help you out with all of that stuff. Even helicopter tours. Of course, you can always message me. I've got people in the helicopter industry that can help you out. Or maybe you want to take a trip into the canyons and kayak a little bit. Absolutely. So just ask right here at the visitor center and they'll give you some pointers and tips. And there's David Copperfield at MGM for a nice magic show. See, discount adventures for you and your family if that's your speed. Oh, and here we go. Here's a superhero waiting for the kids to have a photo op with. I don't know which one. Don't ask me. I don't watch the superhero movies. Uh-oh. So if you want to see shows, you just come to one of these ticket booths right here, and then they'll tell you which shows are discounted and at what times. If I get real close, you can actually see the shows are being scrolled up. Okay, lowest prices. And this booth right here, it's just right by MGM. So there's MGM right there. There's the bridge over to New York, New York, as you can see. There's New York, New York. With the roller coaster as well. Okay? So there's the booth. Let's go around this construction and see how the front of this booth looks like. So as you can see, this is where you'll get all your tickets for all the shows, whatever you'd like. And they're usually on sale. This is a good place to go. They've got a lot of discounts. And then you see the brochures right here for all the Hoopla, Blue Man Group, Zombie, Burlesque, All Shook Up, Michael Jackson one, Cirque du Soleil. That's a good family one too at the Bellagio. Purple Rain, Mentalist, if you like Magic Trick, Reading Minds, and then some other ones, of course. So some of them are kid friendly, some of them aren't. And now just a few steps away from that booth, you can see that there's a food court here for your family and M&M's store. And the M&M store is great. As you can see by the people and everything, you can bring your kids here, but I don't really recommend it, but that's up to you. So the M&M store is a fun place to bring your family. You can buy some chocolate or just go in and sightsee. They won't let you film in there probably, so just an FYI. I can smell the chocolate from here though. It's kind of fun. Bring the kids, have a photo op right in front of the M&M. You have the Outback Steak House right here. You can have a nice family dinner. It's just right next to the M&M store where the Coca-Cola bottle is. Across from there, you got the Hard Rock, you got Denny's, you got an ABC store, which is pretty much just a little convenience store for souvenirs and small items, food items, snack items, and things like that. Now, Park MGM is quite new. It's across from the New York hotel, as you can see right here. So Park MGM has a huge theater now for concerts, and that's another thing you gotta really be careful of here in Vegas. They're not friendly for pedestrian traffic, so if it's not your turn to cross the street, don't do it. They will run you over, no kidding. And I'm not talking about at 5 miles an hour either. They'll run you down at 15 to 20. So it's no joke. Just mind every car and everything like that. If it's not your turn to cross the street, don't cross the street. Make sure if you're bringing your family and your children, you're holding their hand all the time, because this is not like the place for really children. So if you're gonna cross the street, hold their hand, and just hold their hand all the time. I mean, there's all kinds of people that come here, both good and bad, from the entire globe, from the world over. So you just never know what's gonna happen. So just be safe, guys. And here in front of us is the Hard Rock Cafe. Got the huge guitar right in front of it. It's kind of fun for music lovers if you want to go in and see the memorabilia, or buy a sweatshirt, or just have dinner. Now across from Park MGM, you have Target. So you can come in and like buy all your goodies, and there's a Olive Garden now here. But I just want to warn you, like I said, if you're gonna bring your family here, just be warned that you know, Las Vegas is kind of like New Orleans. It's a city of many different smells and aromas. And what I'm trying to tell you is, yeah, you're gonna smell cigarettes and vomit and all kinds of different things on this street. So just be aware and ready for that. Down here, we see a bunch of different types of food places like Fat Burger and all you can eat Korean barbecue, ginseng BBQ. You can get some really affordable t-shirts, 4 for $10. So if this is something you want to do and get a cheap souvenir to show that you've been to Vegas, this is the place to do it. And of course, just look up and see the national debt, $87,468 per person. I'm not sure why someone would pay to show that, but hey, to each their own. And as you can tell, the traffic is quite continuous, so you do want to keep a hand holding with your children, your significant other. Hold their hands, make sure you guys are safe. You see these poles right here, these green poles. They used to not have these, but as you can tell, Vegas is Sin City, party capital, and there are many people that do some crazy things around here. And one time, a lady was just hanging out with her family, and a car swerved and got onto the sidewalk, as you can see right here, people walking up and down. And these green poles weren't installed at that time. Well, you can imagine that that lady got hit, and she unfortunately passed away. That's one of the main reasons that you have these poles here, to protect pedestrians from crazy drivers who might be intoxicated or just wild. and you know, they're not seeing where they're driving, and all of a sudden they hit the curb and they jump onto the sidewalk and go after the pedestrians. So that's why we have these poles, FYI. Again, another reason children shouldn't really be here, but if that's your prerogative, that's your prerogative. Another thing you should be aware of is, you know, this is Sin City. So if you look down, you do see memorabilia from Sin City. And I'm not trying to promote it, I'm just trying to tell you this is the reality. So if you have children, if you want to bring them here, be prepared of what is here, so you're not completely shocked. CVS across the street, that's fairly new. Very convenient to have one right there. It's just a hop, skipping away from Park MGM, some Eateries, and New York, New York. Now the rest of the strip is really just for adults. It's not really geared towards children. Not really kid friendly in any way, unless you go really far down this road and you stop at Circus, which has some video games and other type of like circus type games inside for your children and for your family to check out. You can take the bus if you don't want to walk, because it is quite a walk if you just go up and down the strip. Because see, the strip sidewalk doesn't go straight from A to B to C to D to E all the way to Z. It actually zigzags, and they make you go up and around and over, and that's on purpose to try to get you to spend more time being distracted by the casinos and to spend more time eating and so forth, checking out the sights, which necessarily isn't a bad thing. It's just that when I used to come to Vegas as a kid from 6 years of age on up, we would pass through Vegas in order to go to Southern California to go to the beach. Well, during that time when I was a kid, you didn't have crazy zigzagging. You just had a straight shot sidewalk from A all the way down to C. You just walked one way and the other on both sides. Now, of course, it wasn't built up like this. You didn't have all these buildings. You barely had any buildings, and then you had empty lots down here. And of course, you didn't have the green poles either to prevent crazy drivers from hitting into pedestrians. Just a serious melting pot right here on the Vegas Strip. You got everyone here. You got rich, you got poor, you got young, you got old, you got clean, you got dirty. You got the exotic, that's for certain. If you're looking for unusual, you found the right place. Of course, you can go to Link and get on the big Ferris wheel. That's kind of fun. That's a family-oriented thing. It's pretty safe. Hey guys, I'm here at Circus. This is the place if you want to bring your kids, your family. They've got games and circus games and arcade games and things like that in here. This is the place I used to go to when I was about 6 years old. This was really fun. I mean, they had live animals. They had an entire circus in there. It was just incredible. It was one of the best places I've ever been as a kid, right? Really young kid. It's changed some, you know, so they still have like some acrobatics and things of that nature, but it's not as huge, the area. It used to be 2 stories filled. Now I believe it's just an upstairs area where they have all these kids games and so forth that you would see like a Carnival games. So the Circus, as you can see, it's right here. The icon has the lollipop. It's at the end of the strip. Actually, the new Las Vegas Convention Center is across the street, so that's a big plus for Circus. I'm not sure if they went through a renovation, but this casino used to be a really great place, and then after so many years it was sort of abandoned. I mean, I'm not saying people didn't go there, but it smelled of cigarettes and it was really just for retired people. So I think in the last few years it started to attract more regular families again. So yeah, they have the acrobats and they have free parking, which is a big plus. They got the Adventure Dome, the Midway, and it looks like they have some type of rides too. So let's check it out. This was my favorite game. This was so addictive. Just a competition of, this one particularly is camels, but sometimes it's race cars or all kinds of different icons. It's just really fun. You just roll the ball into the designated colored holes and you get 1, 3, or 2 steps forward. It's kind of fun. Camel chase, I guess it's called. 25 credits. Shows with a little stage here, so it's perfect for families. And now it's open Saturday through Sunday, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. you enjoyed that. It's a great place for kids and families. It's really neat. And as you can see, they got the big theater up there with the shows and performance. You know, when I was a kid, it was huge. 2 levels, acrobats, live animals, magicians, you name it, they had it. It's kind of small now, but it's still kind of fun. You know, it's one big place for kids, so that's a big plus, you know. And it's on the far end of the strip. Just remember, guys, you can't take photos or film in these casinos. Even though you see people doing it, you run the risk of getting kicked out. So just an FYI.